Good afternoon. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I'm here at 2722 South Genesee Avenue in Los Angeles, and I'm preparing to perform a video examination of the main sewer line for Aaron and Dinah Liskin. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that is underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. So I am going to be performing my examination today from this 3-inch cleanout we found here at the back of the structure, and this is here off of the master bathroom addition. You come over from the driveway here, along the back of the house, right next to the air conditioning condenser, you'll see these two cleanouts. We're utilizing the larger of the two. Now from here, we're going to have to push through about 72 feet of drain pipe under the structure to get to the main sewer line that exits the front of the building. And we're going to see some stuff under the building that we'll comment on here, as well as the main sewer line outside the structure. So go ahead and pop the cap here and drop in. And I'm going to move fairly quickly here through the drain lines under the house because I'm really focusing on these. We've had quite a bit of newer piping installed here under the house. Some upgrades to modern plastics. And then it does connect back up to an original cast iron. And here at about 40 feet we're going to start going underwater. And what's occurred here is they ran new piping and then had to run back uphill to connect up to the existing drain system that was here. Right about here, we connect back up to the original drain system, and now it's raining again. So we've got about a 20-foot section of pipe under the house that's not draining properly. It's not sloped correctly. In other words, it runs downhill and then comes back uphill to connect to this old drain. So that's something I would suggest contacting a licensed plumbing contractor to come out and evaluate and remedy. So here we're connecting up to the original cast iron pipe now under the structure, and when the counter at the lower right of the screen gets to 0, that's about where we're exiting the house, right under the front porch, and then we run out into the front yard. Now what we're looking at here, and we're going to see all the way out to the front of the yard, is original cast iron piping. Now these cast iron pipe materials typically were expected to have a service life somewhere in the 70 to 80 year range. So we're definitely looking at a system that's pretty aged. It's got moderate to heavy, somewhat significant rust and scale buildup going on in this pipe. So this is a system, or at least this one section here, that is nearing the end of its useful service life. So in a case like this, the line is still draining, it's still functional, but we're suggesting that one start preparing for upgrades to this old cast iron pipe. Once it starts to fail, you'll be seeing root intrusions or root penetrations into the pipe, things of that nature, and you'll be upgrading about 20 feet of pipe here through the front yard, and then an additional 20 feet of piping under the house. Now right here we get to the front of the property about where the sidewalk begins, and we're changing pipe materials to a vitrified clay, or a natural clay material, and we're also increasing in diameter from 4-inch to a 6-inch diameter pipe. Now this clay pipe is going to continue out and connect up to the public sewer. It looks like we're going to have another maybe 20-30 feet of pipe to push through here. Now these clay pipe materials, this is a very common pipe under the streets here in the city of LA. It's currently the only piping material that's still approved. This type of pipe does have a long service life expectancy. Being a natural material, it's less likely to deteriorate underground like those iron pipes do. But it is fairly brittle in nature and does have a higher potential for damage during seismic activity or earthquakes. Currently the system is pretty clean. We've jumped over one area and we're coming up on another one here. where you're going to see, you can get underwater and get the water cleared up enough and kind of run into it. This is a little bit of mortar in the pipe that's actually at the joint. And this is, it's not all that uncommon. They use that mortar when they put these pipe sections together, and when they push them together, sometimes it squeezes up through the joint into the pipe. Sometimes they'll be coming in from the top, from the side, but in this case they're coming in at the bottom and creating little dams, if you will. Not a condition that we're recommending repair on because it occurs during the installation process. And you can see some of that mortar here. It looks like it's been knocked loose and it's a chunk sitting in the pipe. So it would be a good idea to maybe try and get some of this out. Maybe by a hydrojetting or a snaking of some sort. Actually, now that I look at this more, this looks like a rock. You know, it's either a big chunk of mortar or a rock, but either way I would definitely recommend trying to get this object out of the system. If it's loose, it should push through. But the camera won't do that. It's not always clear how something like that gets into a system because there's no openings or gaps, and we've got an old pipe here, so unless maybe during the process they were putting new drain pipes in, it got pushed down into the drain system somehow and has worked its way this far down. Alright, we'll go ahead and continue along past that. We're seeing basically a pretty clean clay pipe here under the street, so that's good news. We'll make our right turn to drop down into our public sewer. So our main sewer line from the front of the structure to the city sewer is about 45 feet in length. Alright, so in order to get that object in there out of the system, there's some sort of a cleaning service is going to need to be done. There's not really great access pushing through 75 feet of pipe and then another 45 to get to the city sewer. It's not really a reasonable area at the front, so what I would suggest maybe is attempt a cleaning from this clean out. If that object is loose, hopefully they'll be able to knock it free and push it out down into the public sewer. It's still a bit of an issue there, but it would be out of the private line. And that's something that's not feasible, and we would need to do additional camera work maybe to try and figure out something else, track and locate it, excavation, things like that. So at this point I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video portion of the examination for today. I will be issuing a written report to review along with this video with the final findings and recommendations. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.